Hello, friends. Today I want to tell you something very important. If you want to speak English well, first you must listen to English a lot. Listening is the first step. Before a child speaks, the child listens to their parents for many months. In the same way, before you speak English confidently, you must train your ears to hear and understand English. English is important because it is a global language. It connects people from different countries. It helps you in education, in jobs, in travel, and even in making friends online. When you can speak and understand English, the world becomes open to you. You can watch movies, read books, and talk to people from anywhere. But remember, good speaking starts with good listening. When you listen carefully, you learn pronunciation, rhythm, and the natural way of speaking. You start to think in English, and slowly, speaking will become easy. Today, I will share an inspirational story that shows how listening can change your life. So, listen carefully and imagine the scenes in your mind. Once upon a time, in a small village in India, there lived a boy named Aarav. Aarav was curious about the world. He loved to ask questions and learn new things. But there was one problem. Aarav could not speak English well. His school taught English, but in his village, everyone spoke in their mother tongue. Whenever he met tourists or read English books, he felt lost. One summer, Aarav's uncle came to visit from the city. His uncle worked in a big company and spoke English fluently. Aarav asked, "Uncle, how did you learn English so well?" His uncle smiled and said, "By listening, Aarav. I listened every day to news, to stories, to people talking. Listening is the secret." That evening, Aarav's uncle gave him a small radio. "It's not expensive," the uncle said, "but it is powerful. Use it to listen to English every day." From the next morning, Aarav made a rule for himself: 30 minutes of English listening every day. He tuned the radio to an English news channel. At first, he understood almost nothing. The words were too fast, the pronunciation sounded strange. He even felt like giving up. But Aarav remembered his uncle's advice: don't stop. Your ears need time to learn. So he kept going. Day after day, he listened. Sometimes he closed his eyes to focus better. Sometimes he wrote down the words he could catch. He didn't worry about understanding everything. He just let the sounds enter his mind. Weeks passed. One day, while listening to the radio, Aarav noticed something amazing. He understood an entire sentence without translating in his head. It felt like magic. The more he listened, the more English became familiar. Slowly, his brain started to think in English. Aarav didn't stop there. He began listening to English songs, podcasts, and short stories. He repeated sentences out loud, imitating the pronunciation. He even listened to English while helping his mother in the kitchen. English became a part of his daily life. After 6 months, something happened that changed everything. A group of foreign tourists came to Aarav's village. They were looking for directions, but no one could understand them. Aarav stepped forward and said, "Hello, can I help you?" The tourists smiled with relief. They spoke to Aarav in English, and to everyone's surprise, Aarav replied fluently. He gave them clear directions and even told them about the history of the village. The villagers were amazed. "How did you learn to speak like that?" one elder asked. Aarav simply smiled and said, "By listening every day." From that day on, Aarav became known as the boy who speaks English. He helped children in the village learn English by first making them listen to simple stories. He told them, "Speaking is like a tree. Listening is the root. If your roots are strong, your speaking will grow." Years later, Aarav became a tour guide, meeting people from all over the world. His job allowed him to travel, learn about different cultures, and share the beauty of his village. And every time someone asked about his secret, Aarav always replied with the same words: listen first, speak later. That is the way to master English. Moral of the story: listening is the foundation of speaking. When you listen daily, you train your brain and ears to understand and use English naturally. So if you want to speak English fluently like Aarav, start listening today and never stop. If you like this method, write in the comments, make more English stories.